Welcome back, YouTube. Here for another install video. We're gonna upgrade tweeters in my 2016 Ford F150 XLT, and it'll work with any version that has the tweeters on the front A-pillars. Here's the tweeters. They're located under this mesh right here in the A-pillar. So first thing we need to do is open these little doors. You got one on top and one on the bottom. When you pop it out here, it's gonna slide away from this corner, and then you pull it out. You pull this little plastic tab out farther, and then you can rotate this out of the way, either left or right, it doesn't matter. Now we use a 10mm socket like so, and we just take both of them out, this one and the one down here. Now go ahead and pull this weather stripping away a little bit. You don't have to pull it all the way off, but just enough to make it easy for reinstallation, so that you get this piece underneath and then you just pop it back in. And then this thing just pulls right out very simply. It's got one clip up here towards the top, and then it has this pole that just goes in a hole for lining it up, and then these slide down into here, so it slides out real easy. And guess what? Of course, it has the same shitty tweeters as every other Ford I've played with so far. So good job, Ford, using this Chinese bullshit in your stereo. But at least I get to show people how to fix it. The positive line is going to be this left one that goes in through the capacitor, then it comes out. The negative side comes here. So if you look at this connector now, the white is positive, the white with the brown stripe is negative, and this is on the driver's side. After unscrewing the tweeter, I tried to get the bracket off, but it seems to be molded as part of the tweeter, so nobody cares about that. This setup looks like it's gonna work. Oh, by the way, Ford, for all those of you that were talking shit in my last couple videos, check it out. Ford is using hot glue on theirs. Anyways, so the tweeter is this. The issue is, if I want to make it look clean, where you're not going to see any of the hot glue that's holding it in, this won't work because there's too much screen around the edges. So that's not going to end up good, looking good. You'll be able to see the hot glue from inside the car. But this is going to allow it to take up the whole area, and now I can hot glue it all the way around and test fit it in the car. So after test fitting it in this configuration, it fits. So now I'm going to finish hot gluing more of the edges, so I guarantee it doesn't fall when I'm driving. So the crossover fits down in here. I'm not going to jam it all the way in yet, but it'll fit in here quite nicely. So now I'm going to cut this connector off, use the white crimp caps that I always use that are pretty solid. I've never had one fail on me. So you strip both wires, you twist the wires together, and then you crimp the cap on top of it. Do not use butt connectors, they suck so bad. So is this. Now, after we get this wire crimped on, the negative goes to the right here, and then the positive, you're gonna have 0 dB, -2 and -4 dB. Since I'm not running an amp yet, I'm gonna run on 0 dB because this this stereo just doesn't have a bunch of power anyways. But when I do the amp, I think I'm going to leave these on the stock head unit and run the side doors and the front door is off the amp, as well as a little 10-inch or 8-inch sub. But that'll be a different video. So let me get this wired up and show you what it looks like. Now I have the crimp caps on. So we're gonna push this down here. Grab this, all the crossover. So negative is just going to negative. And then I'm got it on the 0 dB. And gonna jam this down in here. There we go. So that should be good enough. It has enough clearance. What I'm gonna do is, I'm not gonna use the extension that came with the tweeter. I'm gonna use just the wire that it has and plug that directly on the output of the crossover. So the tweeter's noticeably, I don't even have the thing bolted in right yet. It's pointed straight at the dash, and it's noticeably louder than the other side. So it's pretty crazy. Can't play too long because YouTube will strike my ass. Anyways, it's a huge difference right now. I'm gonna be able to turn down my settings because right now I have the treble maxed out, so I'll be able to turn that down finally, which will be nice. And oh man, now I'm really tempted to go buy a 5-channel amp, an LC7i, and a 8-inch sub. Actually, I have one over here. But anyways, let me plug this the rest of the way in. But as you can see, I have the speaker, just a little dongle. What is that, 6 inches, maybe 7 inches, plugged straight in here. So I'm gonna finesse it in. I'm gonna slowly bring this up and slowly push this a little bit down. Once you get it clipped back in, then you can just pop back on your weather stripping, put your two 10mm bolts back in, and then rotate these and press it up like that, and that'll lock into place. But I'm very impressed with these tweeters. They were on, when I Google searched, these models were in the top 10 of mid-priced tweeters. I think they run for like 70 bucks. I think 65, 70 bucks, something like that. So I'm in a pretty good mood. Anyways, let's put this back together. We're gonna copy it on that side, but you don't need to see the same thing twice. So this is the difference in the settings. The tweeters, I had the treble all the way up on the factory ones. Now I'm dead center. Obviously it didn't help my mid-range or bass. That won't happen until I get an amp. But that's really good in my opinion, because now it's at 0 instead of plus anything. So that's good. And it is lots louder. That's not even proper English, but you get the point, man. It's super good. So it just gives everything a nicer, cleaner sound, which I really like. So thanks for watching. Hopefully this helps you guys, and I'm gonna be doing a couple other videos coming up soon, with the Monte Carlo and another one on the Focus. So till next time, wrench on.